Have you ever stood in the pet food aisle, totally overwhelmed by all the options? You see bags plastered with words like natural, ancestral, and the big one, grain-free. It sounds healthy, right? Like you're giving your dog the diet of their wild ancestors. But what if I told you that this popular trend might not only be unnecessary, but could also be putting your dog's health at risk? Today, we're digging into the truth about grain-free dog food, and what you'll learn might surprise you. The whole grain-free movement exploded thanks to some really clever marketing. The story goes something like this. Dogs are descendants of wolves, and wolves don't eat grains, so your dog shouldn't either. It's a simple, compelling narrative. It makes us feel like we're making the best, most natural choice for our furry family members. Brands jumped on this, creating formulas that swapped out traditional grains like corn, wheat, and rice for alternatives. But here's the first reality check. Dogs are not wolves. Over thousands of years of domestication, living alongside humans, dogs have evolved. Their digestive systems have adapted to process starches and grains much more efficiently than their wild ancestors. In fact, most dogs digest and utilize the nutrients in grains perfectly well. So, if it's not about ancestral diets, what's the real reason to avoid grains? The only scientifically valid reason is a diagnosed grain allergy. But here's the kicker. True grain allergies in dogs are incredibly rare. Vets will tell you that dogs are far more likely to be allergic to common protein sources, like chicken or beef, than they are to grains. Yet, grain-free became the go-to solution for every itchy paw and upset stomach, often without any actual diagnosis. People started switching foods based on a marketing myth, not medical advice. This is where the story takes a more serious turn. To replace grains, manufacturers needed something else to provide carbohydrates, fiber, and structure to the kibble. They turned to ingredients like peas, lentils, chickpeas, and other legumes. On the surface, these sound like healthy, wholesome ingredients, and in small amounts, they can be. But in many grain-free formulas, these legumes aren't just a minor addition. They make up a huge portion of the recipe, sometimes replacing the bulk of what would have been grains. And this high concentration of legumes is what caught the attention of the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the FDA. In 2018, the FDA released a startling announcement. They were investigating a potential link between certain diets, many of which were labeled grain-free and high in legumes, and a serious life-threatening heart condition in dogs called Dilated Cardiomyopathy, or DCM. DCM is a disease where the heart muscle weakens and becomes enlarged, making it unable to pump blood effectively. This can lead to congestive heart failure and, ultimately, can be fatal. What was particularly alarming was that vets were seeing this condition in breeds that aren't genetically prone to it, from golden retrievers to mixed breeds. The common thread? Their diet. Now, it's important to be clear. The FDA has not issued a recall, and the exact cause is still under investigation. It's a complex issue. Is it the high level of legumes themselves? Does it have something to do with how these ingredients interfere with the absorption of essential nutrients like taurine, which is vital for heart health? Or is it something else entirely about the overall formulation of these foods? Scientists are still working to pinpoint the exact mechanism. But the correlation is strong enough that it's a major cause for concern in the veterinary community. Many veterinary cardiologists and nutritionists are now advising pet owners to be cautious about feeding these types of diets unless there's a specific medical reason to do so. So, what should you do with this information? First, don't panic. The goal here is to be informed, not scared. The best first step is always to talk to your veterinarian. They know your dog's individual health history and can give you the most personalized advice. Ask them directly, is my dog's current food the best choice for them? Discuss your concerns about grains, DCM, and what makes a truly balanced diet. A good diet is one that is complete and balanced, meaning it meets all the nutritional standards set by organizations like AFCO. Many long-standing reputable brands that include healthy whole grains have been feeding dogs safely for decades. Grains like oatmeal, brown rice, and barley can be excellent sources of energy, fiber, and essential nutrients. Unless your vet has specifically diagnosed your dog with a grain allergy and recommended a grain-free diet for a medical reason, the evidence suggests that a high-quality food that includes grains is not only safe, but is likely a healthier choice. It's about looking past the flashy marketing on the front of the bag and focusing on the science, the nutritional research, and the advice of trusted veterinary professionals. Your dog's health is what matters most. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope this cleared up some of the confusion around the grain-free debate. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more evidence-based pet care tips. See you in the next one.